Call the meeting to order. Matt, would you do the roll call?
Roll call. Riley.
Here.
Holder.
Present.
Mixler.
Here.
Tucker. Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is approve the minutes of the previous meeting. And you should have a copy of those. Anyone have any questions or concerns about the minutes of the previous meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right.
So I have to do roll call every time now?
Well, you're just kind of one of those guys who got a great voice. We like to hear it, the way you sing it out.
Scott seconds. Roll call.
Yes.
Holder.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Mixler.
Yes.
Tucker, yes.
The problem is, Matt, some of these other guys sometimes forget the names of the members, so I didn't want that. I knew you wouldn't forget it.
I've never forgot a name of anybody here.
You're supposed to say, yes, that's right, so he'll keep doing
Oh,
it.
yes, I have forgotten.
Okay. Item 4 on the agenda is the financial report. You should have a copy of that in front of you. Turn the floor over to Mr. Holder.
So Sonia did a good job, as usual, of preparing the financials. And unless somebody has questions on the first 4 pages, or actually the first 6 pages, I direct you to the 7th page, which is the spreadsheet of the bonds, the spreadsheet of the funds that are coming, the ARPA funds. This is something that you don't have to look at necessarily right now today, but you do need to explore that and look at how those flows. Sonya's got it balanced completely, so it states what's outstanding from the state, what we have requested funds from the state, and then the contractors, and then of course all of the contracts that the engineering company, Myers Engineering, is moving forward on. So this is a great balance sheet to know what's come in, where we are in the process, and what's there.
Okay?
I have nothing further unless you have other questions.
Y'all should have access to that on Google Drive. If you don't, let me know, because I have updated the stuff to be approved today as well, which is not reflected on here.
Just a question, it's probably a simple one on the balance sheet. Just top line, CD at Community Bank, same number as last month. Do those just update when the CDs come due?
Or when they
And
pay
then the
interest.
dentist,
Okay. So this one doesn't pay monthly then?
no,
Quarterly is what it should be,
Got it.
unless it's changed for that adjustment page.
That's recently been moved, right? Has that always been there?
Which one,
it was
Scott?
moved last year, so we could get it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Sonia, for the preparation of that back page for us.
Jeremy lays eyes on it too, so that way we catch each other.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at this time, do we have a motion to approve the finance report? If there's
I'll
not
make
any
a
other questions.
motion to approve the financial report.
Thank you, Scott. Do you have a second? I'll make the second.
Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes.
Holder. Tucker, yes. Always following instructions, just like the text.
Okay. Okay, item 5. Mark Marietta wants to send their payments. And is this a Todd deal?
I don't know that it's an action item that we need to, but if we need to approve it, we can. So I I'd make a motion that we allow them to pay by ACH. It's way more efficient than them by sending a check, so I'll make that motion.
Second. Roll call, Holder,
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Riley,
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes. Okay, the next item on the agenda is payment to Kevin Feasing for crop damage due to the construction. You see the amount there, $3,721.85. Kevin and I met with the help of Glenn Hayes. He had a map, determined there was approximately 15 acres of damage to the crop, and that number was derived, and we got a copy of those exact numbers, but the price of the milo times the yield of the milo, here we go, thank you, Sonia. Yield of 74.07 bushels, and he sold it for $375, and so times the 15 acres, that's where the money, the $3,721.85 came from. Any questions?
I'll make a motion that we do that. I would like to request, and maybe it's already been done, that it be signed by both parties, whatever agreements you have in place.
This is what we have in place.
I think it should be signed by the leaseholder
Okay.
and you or whoever has met with them, just so we have that
Okay,
records.
I'll second.
okay,
Roll call, Holder,
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Riley,
Yes.
Bixler.
yes. Okay, item 7 is the monthly report by Jeremy.
Yeah, as far as working with Brian Metters and Excel Services, their consultant, still visiting the foreign trade zone. The reports and meetings that we have with Oklahoma City don't appear to be successful, to be a magnet station for them. So now we're reaching out to Tulsa to at least get an overall understanding of where it would be, and if it's something that we just won't ever be able to feasibly be, but at least we'll get confirmation from that end too. So we're working with that. As far as ARPA prep, I am, after this meeting, leaving to Oklahoma City for meetings with the Department of Commerce, and then a assistance meeting, technical assistance meeting for ARPA prep contracts, which is tomorrow for the at least half of the day. So I'll be there for that. Any information that anybody wants me to ask while I'm there, I'm happy to do so. Otherwise, I haven't gotten real great detail of what this is about, so I'll just find out more. But from what I'm guessing, there's probably going to be some training with the new system and entering things, and just making sure we have everything covered of what we need to on our end for the ARPA and prep.
Maybe next month you can update us on this meeting.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Anything else, Jeremy?
I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, item 8 is any action regarding the Myers Engineering invoice. Jennifer, what,
It is,
is that something other than,
yeah, Annie Atkins sent that over separate from the stuff I send over. So it is for invoice number 223085-16, and the total on that invoice was $48,368. I didn't print it. She's got it.
okay. So, we need to approve that, right, Sonia? Okay. So do we have a motion to approve the Myers Engineering invoice?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Thank you.
Second. Roll call, Riley,
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Holder,
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes. Thank you very much, Matt. You're doing a very good job. Okay, now, we need to as we start, on the invoice for Burgess, Jennifer, do you need to update the board on anything that happened last month concerning any of this, just briefly?
As far as what's going on with the testing,
No.
or just in general on the project?
With the deal at Commerce, and
Oh,
what you went through, we should give her a round of applause, her and Sonia and
Jeremy, yeah. Sonia for putting up with the pesky questions of, hey, the contractor's asking again. Is there anything?
Why don't you share in case some of the board doesn't
So-
realize exactly what went on?
Right, so as you're aware, like this is pay application number 4 we're getting ready to approve. And as of a few weeks ago, contractors haven't been paid zero since they started in September. Timco Services, who's doing anything that's not the water wells, has out of his pocket expended over $1 million, like $2 million, to keep up with paying his vendors and keep this project going. So he was very vocal about checking in on where's the status of payments, how are we going? Well, then midstream, Department of Commerce decided to go from an old grant system to a new grant system in November and had some big hiccups with that getting going. And so Jeremy and I were like, we're just not getting anywhere, getting the funds to get here. So Timco was to the point that they were going to stop all work, demobilize, and leave the project site for another job where he can get paid to make sure that he can pay his bills, and then come back onto site, which would have hurt our timeline, which would have hurt the budget too, because it would have, he would have requested to remobilize and come back, and that would have a fee to it. So we told him, hey, we understand your concerns, we're fighting for you, we're struggling to get to the right people at Commerce. Well, Jeremy and I got talking, and we said it's probably time we jump over who we're working with, not because he's not doing things that are right, we just need to hear what the director has to say. Because everybody's hands are getting tied that it needs to come over from the funding agency, OMES, I believe. And so Marshall Votes heard both Jeremy and I, and thought their first pay application had been paid, which was over $1 million, and it had not. So their system marked it paid, but no checks have been issued. So he dove into it a little bit deeper and found out, he says, Jennifer, this is serious. We don't want you to lose your contractor. We don't want this contractor to be treated this way. What can we do to salvage them staying? So we at least got their first payment sent out pretty quick after that. So, but they've got 2 more in the works that they've had over 3 months that they've not been paid for. So they're asking about that payment now.
How long did they have to wait for that first payment to hit them? How many days?
Since they started September, so it would have been October. Since October until a couple weeks ago.
We submitted it to Commerce on October 6th, and they received payment January 12th.
120 days.
Yeah.
So beside the invoice on this sheet, I put the day that we submitted to Commerce, and then out to the front, I'll put the date that we submitted payment to them.
I love the sound of your spreadsheet.
So that way we know.
I love her spreadsheet.
Well,
So it was kind of like we kept talking, and we just felt like it was time to see if anybody else besides who we normally worked with can shed light onto the holdups. And so,
well, I think we're very fortunate to have good quality people behind the scenes. As we board members sit here, come in here once a month and say, hey.
And, no, sorry, Steve,
Go ahead.
so how many days are they waiting now for this second round of payments?
Sonia can tell you on that spreadsheet. I know, so that was their October, so they have November and December, and then this one covers January.
So we submitted the November 4th and December 1st.
So 60 days, so what are they telling us now, how long to get their money for that?
Well, that's what Jeremy and I were just talking about. How often do they issue checks? I don't have an answer for that. At the beginning of this, we were both told they would only write checks once a month, but they haven't even honored that since that kind of came out. So they've gone, even before the contractors got involved, even the Myers invoices, there was 5 or 6 of them that were monthly that were held up in the system until some of that funds were paid.
And they're blaming this on a system change now?
That was the first go around. I don't know what the concern is now. I don't know what it was before, even before they changed systems with just the Myers invoices being held up.
So basically, this time we've been approving these invoices and it's been going somewhere sitting there. So all
Yes,
this time we've thought they've been getting paid and they haven't been getting paid, basically.
you've been approving payment, but they've been held up in Department of Commerce system.
So we approve the payment in this meeting, they get sent in, the money comes back to us, and then we issue payment back out.
Jeremy
So
will have
we knew they
it,
hadn't
yeah.
been paid, but we didn't have the ability to do that. So I think the question, Jeremy, when you go to ask the questions, the question would be, are we requesting money from the federal government, or does the state of Oklahoma already have those ARPA funds in place? I think that's the only question that we need to know.
I know in prep they have the funds in place, but with ARPA, it likely is that
And
first.
there may be some delay on that, so that would shed some
I
additional
can
light.
tell you the time frame of what they have, when you all approve here, I usually have a window until about February 4th, so for this particular one, but the beginning of each month to get it to them. Emmett with Department of Commerce gets it next. He'll review it, he submits and passes it on to the accounting group that's at Department of Commerce. They then
That's what I was.
make their approval, they pass it on to OMES. That time span happens no more than a week. They're usually really good about getting that approval. Only maybe once or twice, and this was when they were having the whole Davis Bacon thing, and they need additional paperwork, that anything would be sent back to me. I usually would turn around and, get it back to them within a day's period, so they get that. It's when it hits OMES that this whole time delay is. So I will find out tomorrow what does OMES have to go through and why it takes so long for them. Now, one excuse was, and excuse or whatever, legitimate reason maybe, but was the change of their CRM system. So there was that, I guess that transfer over had a lot of glitches. But prior to that, as Jennifer was saying, when we were only doing Myers engineering, at the start, they were getting them pretty quickly. So I think, what was it, you'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that, Sonia, but then it just stopped all of a sudden, and Myers Engineering's invoices weren't coming. Like at the beginning, we got some pretty quickly,
Yeah,
at least quickly in the government world would be.
but then, yeah,
But then they didn't see anything till, the fall of last year. So it could be like a June payment submitted and they didn't see anything, just the Myers Engineering ones.
yeah.
So something in that in between, OMES had some issues and then that system transferring over. So I will ask what the OMES process is, so we at least have a better understanding, pass it on to the contractors and tell them this is how they deal with it. And if that means they have to make requests with federal, then we'll know that's the reason.
Okay. Thank goodness for Sonia again. Item A actually refers to 2 bills we received. Item 9. Oh, okay, we're done. Okay, so we're on 9. How about that?
Yes.
Okay. On these bills add up to $2,600. They're 2 invoices from Myers Engineering to us. Correct, Sonia?
No, the 2 Myers Engineering from Burgess
Okay.
testing.
And Myers, this was not in their initial bid. One, site visit recommendation by engineering staff for $750. And then this other one was permeability test and mixed design, I guess by Hoffman. No, Burgess. By Burgess. Okay, Here's what Bill said to do. He said there's several ways we can do it. This is eligible for ARPA funds, is what he told me, Sonia.
Jeremy was in on the call, I was not.
So, Sonia and I had seen these invoices that, originally the email coming from Annie, is that right? Saying, could you just pay Burgess Testing directly? And Sonia, asked, where are these funds coming from? It's not part of the Myers Engineering contract. So it is billed to Myers Engineering, and this made us ask and see what exactly can be done. In looking, and I brought the engineering agreement from Myers and Avard, not seeing the wording in there, so it would be good for someone maybe in Myers to look at if additional costs were to come that were not part of this contract, and how that's handled. When reaching out to the Department of Commerce, Emmett originally had stated that that it wouldn't come through because it's not part of a contract, and that it was something that was addressed to Myers Engineering. So I asked him, and he did more research. His response was the invoices appear to fall under 7.01 basis of payment lump sum and A1.05 construction phase. I won't read the whole thing, but detailed in the short form agreement between owner and engineer for a professional services agreement. However, after further review and an internal discussion, we will allow Avard Authority and Myers Engineering to resolve this issue in accordance with Section 5.01 of the agreement. 5.01 basically talks about general considerations. What I'm guessing, or what I'm reading in this is Department of Commerce will approve it, but Avard and Myers Engineering needs to make some sort of resolution of it. Whether it's an amendment in the contract, because again, we're not seeing anything, that if additional costs occur in said category or whatever it is, then it will be the responsibility of Avard when submitted. The only thing that I see in this contract that does talk in regards of an estimation of sorts that possible more cost would come is in regards of the resident project representative services. And there it says that this is estimate, that it may be more or less than the value that was stated here. So I think something, because in talking this morning, because Bill had called in regards of some other stuff, and I have brought this up, and he said that there will be at least one more like this, these Burgess ones that will be coming our way. So something needs to be clarified, according to Emmett.
So we just need to do an amend, I would have to talk to Bill about amending our contract to include the testing.
That
so then the
sounds,
ARPA funds could cover the cost.
that sounds the smartest way to do it. Not having.
Because ARPA should cover that cost.
Yeah, and not having a separate, because it'll be like a separate column on Sonia's category for Burgess testing. And then with that said, you have contractors, Timco's using somebody here and somebody there. It's all under the engineering group. That's my suggestion, but it's not gonna be me to make that decision, it'll be the board.
So I have a question. Joey, is this time you ask questions? So is this contract that is this contractor, this testing contractor, are they employed by Myers Engineering or by the Arrayo Park?
So during the course of construction, knowing that certain testing has to happen, like on the lagoons and such.
Third-party testing outside of your scope.
So Myers probably made the phone call to get somebody out there. Is probably how it happened.
So in my thought, I feel like that needs to be a separate contract from the Avard Industrial Authority, not through Myers Engineering, because that's third-party testing that's going to be sure that we don't have subcontractors doing something that's not outside. It's protection for you
Yes.
and for protection for those third parties. So I feel like that, now, whether it's covered or not by ARPA funds, it's to our best interest to have third-party testing done, and we should be in control of that contract, not engineering, and certainly not the contractor. My 2 cents.
Do we know this is third party?
Yes.
Okay.
That
Okay.
makes a lot of sense.
I'm just going off what Bill told me last week. And he said it would be covered under ARPA.
It should be, and I've seen it like where we have,
So we could turn
Geo-
it in.
geotech testing, which is what this is, as part of the Myers contract. And so then they would get that third party to come out to take care of that. They would invoice us and we would pay it, and then it would get paid through invoices to you guys. So I've seen it either way. It's however you guys want to do it.
But now Burgess, aren't they one of the companies that we're working with right now?
No,
No.
we're
No.
just, you're
I
right.
thought we did.
That's why.
He's they're a geotechnical,
Well,
Okay.
honestly, my thought is, I don't care if
Tim,
we refund
have
it. I think it's worth it, our protection. to pay the
I
money.
agree completely with you, but can we not pay them, be refunded by ARPA, or request to be
But we
paid?
haven't done that.
well, what Jeremy was saying then is like there has to be a contract somewhere that shows that it's part of the process. And a lot of times it might be through engineering.
Yeah. So,
I understand.
my motion would stand, I would make a motion that we do it, but I feel like that contract with Burgess or whoever's doing the third-party testing needs to be with us and not with Myers Engineering, for Myers Engineering's protection and for ours. And then, as part of that contract, then we should be able to turn that in, because that's to everybody's protection to have that done.
We're gonna handle it the same way, not pay them until we get our funds from Commerce. Because we have 2 bills from them already, and if we're gonna have one more, right? Possibly one more.
Possibly. Mhm.
Well,
So you can pay that, and then and you guys wait for reimbursement from Commerce and then keep the funds.
Is there a situation with you saying we need a contract with them? Is that something that has to go out for bid in the first place, now that the work's already been done?
well, that's probably a Commerce question. To me, if it's third-party testing, yes, it probably should have gone to bid, but the fact of the matter is we're already there. I don't know what to do about that now.
Well,
Even though-
and my point with Myers making the request of it
'Cause it's-
does fall in the
That's
contract.
exactly what, even though Myers requested it, I mean, we hired Myers.
Right, and it has in there that and that's what Emmett's email was stating.
It's
that
allowable,
It's
yeah.
really, it's allowable for them to do it, and it's really just a decision between Avard and Myers of how to handle it. That because of 5.01, but the problem with the contract, it doesn't
There's not a line item that lists
line
it.
that says you can go ahead and do that, and we will pay additional costs that are not part of this contract. Otherwise, those funds have to come from this contract, which is not
Right.
something you took your group took into consideration when happening.
And the invoices, the reason I questioned and didn't think we could pay them is because they were made
To Myers.
to
Yes.
Myers, and therefore they hadn't been approved by us, by the,
And I know lawyer, you're right, but I would question if we're asking for third-party testing and we're actually paying Myers to do that, then is our third-party testing really
Well, let's-
third-party?
Get clarification from Bill on that, exactly how. I mean, he told me, he says, hey, I'll pay the deal and then bill you guys. I don't know how that works.
Right, and if you do that, then it needs to be a line item on our contract.
Can we add it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get his final deal on it before we muddy it anymore, what he believes we need to do.
And if
I mean-
approved for it that particular way, it will need to be its own separate line item of not part of this contract. So when Sonia does her spreadsheet, it's a separate, which is pulling away from the Oh, the
Make an
amendment,
and
yeah,
that.
if you do an amendment and put the number of the change in the budget line, then yeah, that would be
I
fine.
think
How many
that's
invoices have been submitted?
two.
Two,
And what's the total of the two?
$2,600.
$2,600
To Myers Engineering.
to Myers Engineering.
I really think we need legal counsel to clarify, because the whole point of having that is for our protection, regardless of who pays for it.
Well, I guess what I'm wondering, is Bill gonna consider this third-party testing?
That, I would have to ask him that question.
Okay, because if he says no, then it's a different deal. Okay, can we leave that topic,
My
for,
motion dies at a lack of second.
okay. Motion died for lack of second, and then we will follow up on it, as we consult with Bill, Commerce, and, he's quite confident he'll go through Commerce. I think you are too, right, Jeremy?
Well, I think this email
I
just
think
says
through
it will
our-
go through, it's just, we need to solve how these are to be
Okay.
moving
And
forward.
there'll be one more of these
At least one more, I'm assuming.
from the same company.
Yeah, but, that doesn't mean, what if there's another one that
Another
comes?
company.
Right, another, this,
Kind of need to have a plan in place on how to
Yep.
handle this.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
maybe by our next meeting, if that'll work, we can have a plan in place where the board can approve it.
Because with the wording of the contract, where there'll be something outside of it, if it's not billed to us by Myers Engineering and it comes like this, we're gonna go through this again. and again, and again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we can have all that prepared and everybody can say grace over it and then bring it to the board and let the board decide.
So where we're at right now, we need Jennifer to do what? Get with Bill and,
I sent a text message to see if it's true third-party testing.
okay,
But I just know on seeing some other projects and some other contracts we've done, we have had this type of testing in our contract as a line item. So I don't feel like there's a problem adding it to our current contract.
Okay, so it just should
But I
have been in
just-
the current contract, essentially. Then there
Just
wouldn't be an
wasn't-
issue, right?
Correct,
So we would, if you guys and this board agree, then,
yes.
okay.
with that said, Todd, you want someone to contact an attorney? Just to,
He withdrew, the motion died for lack of second.
okay. I just wanna make sure everybody's got their.
Well, I want to get Bill's opinion,
Okay,
and then,
So you can table it until your next board meeting.
yeah, okay. Because it's coming to you anyway. At this moment,
At this moment, yep.
we really can't pay it.
Right, because it doesn't have your name on it. Correct.
Yep, okay. We're good. Now, I promised Jennifer she needs to get back to Edmund, and she has several items here, 10, 11, 12,
13.
13, and we're going, tell me what we're gonna do. We're gonna approve these, and then you want me to sign as we go, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I've got them ready for you.
So, okay, we're ready for item number
If you guys
10,
approve, there's one that has
and
it.
that is Hoppin Wells.
Okay.
So do we have $372,463.38? We have motion, what we're calling that, to approve it, or what's the term, Sonia? We're just approving
Or
it?
approving it.
Approve it for payment.
Approving it to be submitted to Commerce for payment.
I'll make a motion.
And what percentage of that is that contract? Is there any retainage in that contract?
Yes, we hold back 5% retainage
So,
on stored materials as well as work completed.
so all of these will fit that same criteria?
Yes.
Second.
Roll call vote. Riley,
Yes.
Holder,
Yes.
Bixler,
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Okay. And the next one is Timco, $584,229.12. We need a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion for this income. Item number 11.
I will second.
Okay, roll.
Roll call vote. Holder,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Bixler,
Yes.
Tucker, yes.
Okay. Okay, this item 12, Jennifer, what is?
So, item 12, so,
Things we can.
yeah, it's certified payroll logs.
Is that this one?
No, this is Timco.
Okay. Okay, so,
And we have to submit them to Department of Commerce, and there's a form that says we've checked them over.
is that this one?
No.
Is that a monthly?
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
Second. Roll call vote. Holder,
Seconded.
Yes.
I did. Tucker, yes. Riley,
Yes.
Bixler,
Yes. Okay, then item 13, encroachment agreement with ET Gathering and Processing.
Sign right there.
Okay,
That one might take some conversation on that encroachment.
okay. So we're working on what we've already
This is,
approved.
yes, this is your. This is your Davis Bacon.
Sign there,
Engine and things in duplicate.
okay. You want to multitask, Jennifer?
Yes, so if you guys remember from last month, we talked about an encroachment. It's because of one of the gas line companies. We have a water line and sewer line getting close to where they are. We thought we were gonna do road work there, but then we kind of changed the direction about having a road go over that and put the road somewhere else to help use up some of the prep dollars. We still have a little bit of a water line and a sewer line that kind of meet near one of them, so the encroachment is still necessary for that. There's no cost to it, it's just we need that protection that says, hey, we've all agreed that you guys are gonna be in this area. The exact area I don't have a map of that, and without the guys here, I don't know how to explain.
It's down there on the very south end where the lines, which company, there's one of those companies that's
It is-
forcing that issue.
Yeah, it is with, I think it's on the agenda item, it is
We talked about it at the last
ET
meeting.
gathering and processing.
Yeah. And they're gonna have a special item. You all remember that? I'm not gonna say if you remember it all, say yes. That covering these pipelines, securing them, whereas in a lot of rural settings, crossing pipelines, they don't get that kind of support. They're gonna cement go down and handle the weight or whatever might come across it. That was the way Bill explained it. So, what, you have an agreement here then?
Yes,
Jennifer?
here's the encroachment.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve that. And it is with ET Gathering and Processing.
So who created the agreement?
I think it came from ET gathering.
Yeah,
And there's zero liability and zero cost to the rail authority for the project?
This encroachment, I don't believe has a cost associated with it.
I think, isn't it going to be part of the ARPA funds? When it's actually built?
Yes,
Yep, that's what I thought.
No, that's not what I asked.
that's not what he asked.
Well, I'm just,
I don't see any price in this. I think it's just a protection.
So does it state in
Because
there, in
you're,
the agreement that we have to perform any work?
Or spending money.
says, it gives you being in the right of way and easement 50 feet in width, and it gives a location.
we agree, owner agrees, the protection of the ETGP pipeline facilities will be maintained at all times.
Well, that tells me that we're gonna have to build the structure over it and maintain it. Is that wrong?
That's what it sounds like to me too.
So,
That's a Bill question, but I'm in the impression he's going to build it for one of these contractors.
so I don't know that we're putting a road over anything anymore, correct? We've shifted that road. So this is just for the work for water lines and sewer lines near their gas line. So
Okay.
those will be maintained. I'm not sure who takes ownership of, if that sewer line fails, who has it replaced. I don't know if that's Avard authority or not.
To me, this needs to go to a lawyer.
Because we're assuming all
Yeah, I'm
liability.
not, this needs to be looked at before we sign this,
Okay.
in my opinion. Are you in agreement?
Especially if they're the company.
Yeah, I mean, if they made it
And
up,
we have
we're
to
not-
just look at it,
Yeah,
so.
I'm in agreement there too.
I'm sure they-
Okay. I think the board's thinking, Jennifer, we need to get legal counsel on this agreement.
Okay?
Is that gonna be a problem? Okay,
You can take that copy and pass it on.
okay, do you have any other supporting documents for this?
I'm sure a map could come up of the area of work.
Yes,
From the
I
team.
know I've got a map
Okay.
of that,
Other than that, I don't have any other supporting documentation.
okay. I'll visit with Bill about that too and see what he says as far as other documents.
Okay?
Okay. So we're gonna do no action on item 13, okay? Okay, item 14. You have that too, Jennifer,
Nope.
That's us.
okay?
It's just our standard insurance, liability insurance that we have to renew on an annual basis. I'd make a motion that we enter into that.
That's gonna be a vote for this call.
We did add the additional property on it, we can verify that as long as that, this is our insurance on the rail. It's really hard to find a company that will insure the rail, and the BNSF qualifies, that allows that to happen. That's the most important thing we're going to do is on this highway property. It's with the same company we had it with the last. We'll have to incorporate that in it. I think it's already been added. but
What's
we
the
need to-
ballpark on premium on that?
Say that again.
What's the ballpark on premium?
Sonia, can you remember, it was more when we had more activity down there, the lack of activity has dropped it. I can guess, but I'm not.
And this is like maps.
Yeah, insure is the agency. So, we searched all over the drive. Agreed with BNSF standard, which is the hardest part to do. Yeah, you could separate it into two different policies. To me, to have it all under one policy. I want to say, so $20,000.
Hold on,
Okay.
I can do it.
Okay, appreciate you.
Pursuing
Okay.
a better option. It's that much.
You need to come see me. They get you excited.
Well,
I'm thinking, not
I can see that. Raising by some zeros.
I don't want to do what you do, but I don't think anything will be worth it.
Oh, there's a lot of zeros.
That's okay, we can move on. You tell me later.
Yeah, hey. Are we,
Well, does anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to
yeah,
renew it.
I'll second.
yeah,
Okay,
Roll call vote, Holder,
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Riley,
yes.
Bixler.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Who made the motion?
Me,
And who seconded?
Tucker.
Thank you.
we do just need to verify that the highway frontage has been added to that policy, which I'm pretty sure it has been, but we need that verified.
Okay.
Okay. Item number 15 is a motion to enter into executive session at this time.
I'll make a motion.
Second, roll call. Riley.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Holder.
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes. You're doing, that was 17, right?
Correct.
Okay, then 18, there's nothing at this time. 19, does any member know of any new business at this time to be brought before the board?
Not at this time.
Okay. Any remarks by our citizens? Okay. Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second, roll call. Riley. Tucker, yes. Holder.
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes.